Praise the Lord, everybody. I thought I shared this Facebook post that I got. Um, I hope it bless you the way it blessed me, and I'll tell you my reaction to it after I read it. Okay, it's it got a picture of a baby inside the mother's womb, and it's by Heart Prince. Okay, I'm gonna read it. It says, when pregnant, the cells of the baby migrate into the mother's bloodstream and then circle back into the baby. It's called fetal-maternal microchimerism. For 41 weeks, the cells circulate and merge backwards and forwards. And after the baby is born, many of these cells stay in the mother's body, leaving a permanent imprint in the mother's tissues, bones, brain, and skin, and often stay there for decades. Every single every single child a mother has afterwards will leave a similar imprint on her body too. Even if a pregnancy doesn't go to full term, or if you have an abortion, these cells still migrate into your bloodstream. Research has shown that if a mother's heart is injured, fetal cells will rush to the site of the injury and change into different types of cells that specialize in mending the heart. The baby helps repair the mother while the mother builds the baby. How cool is that? This is often why certain illnesses vanish while pregnant. It's incredible how mothers' bodies protect the baby at all costs, and the baby protects and rebuilds the mother back so that the baby can develop safely and survive. Think about crazy cravings for a moment. What was the mother deficient in that the baby made them crave? Studies have also shown cells from a fetus into a mother's brain 18 years after she gave birth. How amazing is that? If you're a mom, you know how in you can in you can intuitively feel your child even when they are not there. Well, now there is scientific proof that moms carry them for years and years, even after they have given birth to them. I find this to be very beautiful. Okay. You know my feedback about this? This is good for birth moms, for families that's been destroyed by child protective services and had their children put in foster care, had their children legally kidnapped, and good for um, mothers that have wayward children or adult children, like my daughter India, that keep calling me by my first name, keep calling me Crystal, and saying I'm not her mom, and just the whole thing. That's good. This post is good for that. For people that feel discouraged, or even with the Jehovah Witness, even with the Jehovah Witness cult, with people that's been disfellowship and had their families destroyed, and their parents are shunning them. You know, like my mom is still alive, and my mom is Jehovah Witness, and my mom still shun me and act like I don't even exist, like I'm dead. You know, So it reminds me too of the slavery times and how the masters enslaved, how they separated African American uh, and destroyed families. And just imagine how they never, the mothers never saw their children ever again. They never saw them, and how they were snatched at birth and sold into slavery. You know, so this is scientific proof that the mother is still connected to that child. You know, still physically and emotionally connected. You know, that's why I still, I had multiple pregnancies, multiple, uh, had 6 live children, 3 sons and 3 daughters, and had abortions and miscarriages. And that's why I still um, have a lot of body aches and problems, and still have physical pains and physical ailments and emotional ailments from that. You never get over that. You never heal. You know, you never heal. You never recover from that. You know. So I thought I'd share that with you for those that's grieving. You know, mothers still grieve. They grieve the loss of their children. Rather they not with them, the child still alive, rather they adopted or put in foster care, or they had a miscarriage and they still grieving over the miscarriage, or they were put in a situation where they had an abortion and they still grieving over that. You know, I had all of my children, all 6 of my kids, all of my children were legally kidnapped, snatched. You know, what no, what no reason for them to take all 6 of my children. And had to do with a lot of it had to do with my background being excommunicated as a Jehovah's Witness. I don't think I would have ever had none of my children. I would never was in that survival mode, was in that kind of situation, had my mother, my family, my parents uh, um, uh, excommunicated me and disowned me as a Jehovah's Witness and put me out on the street at 18. And you know, but I sure thought I'd share that with you. You know, you know that you still connected, you still have a bond. Scientifically, spiritually, you still have a bond. I don't care what your child or what society say or what your parents, your mother, or what your family say or uh what other people say. You still have a connection. You still have a bond, and you still have to pray for that. But you see how that post say that that um that the mother bodies protect the baby at all costs, and the baby protects and rebuilds the mother back so that the baby can safely so the baby can develop safely and survive. You know, you know, kind of remind me of that song. I need you. You need me. We're all part of God's body. You know, I need you to survive. You know, you know, we still need each other. I don't care how or what happened or how your child, your adult children, or how um you may feel abandoned and father left left you with the child with the left you as a single parent, single mom. you know I don't care. I don't care if the child was adopted. That is still your baby. You are still the mother. You are still ordained by God to have that baby. God makes babies, you know. That's living proof right there. Whether you had abortion, whether you had a miscarriage, God, God, the one that created that baby in your womb and 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 caused that cell, caused the sperm and the cell and all that to meet and to create that baby, you know. And you connected forever. You are connected to that child, to that baby forever. Even the Bible say, say in Jeremiah, while you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. That God knew you before you was even born. And then the Bible say that you were formed before the foundations of the world. You know, spiritually, spiritually in the heavens. You know, but that's what the devil wants you to think. The devil wants you to think, wants you to feel bad, and wants you to feel like you're not forgiven. You know, what will make you feel like what you did if you had a bunch of abortions or you had you miscarriages and stuff, or you had your children snatched from you in a foster care system, that God don't love you, God don't forgive you, you know, you know, that if your children don't forgive you, that God don't forgive you, you know, that you curse. Or like in my case with the Jehovah's Witness being shunned and my family still alive, my parents still alive, and my sister, my only sister, only had one sibling, and we 12 years apart. Only got that one sibling. And God, sometimes the devil get busy, make you feel like, okay, here you in your 50s and your family still shunning you, they still excommunicating you, they still putting the religion, the Jehovah's Witness above you, you know, and you still feel like, hey, like God don't love you, like God never wanted you, you know. So this is living proof. This Facebook post is living proof that you're loved and how God create you, you know, beautifully, that you beautifully and wonderfully and you fearfully made, you know, and that you're connected. You're still connected. You still need it and you still want it and you still loved by God, the Heavenly Father. You know, God is a good, good Father and you loved by Him and you want it by Him and you need it by Him, you know, and you appreciate it by Him, you know. So I thought I'd share that with you. I want to share another testimony with y'all because I'm 51 going on 52, and it's time for me to get my colonoscopy, my colon cancer screening. And my grandmother on my father's side, my father's mother had died in the 90s, I think it was 94, it was like 93, 94 when she passed. Uh, I think that's when she passed. And um, she died of colon cancer. They had took her to Johns Hopkins. At Johns Hopkins Hospital, misdiagnosed her and sent her back home. Said that she was just constipated. They said she was just constipated, and they sent her home. And then my family sent her to church hospital on Broadway. That church hospital is not there anymore, but in Baltimore. And sent her there, come to find out she had colon cancer. And they removed all of her insides and sent her home for uh, hospice care. And she died in her home. She died in her house. And um, so it runs in my family. Colon cancer runs in my family. And so I went to my primary care doctor, primary care physician, and she gave me a referral to get a colonoscopy, but she gave me a referral to go to University Hospital to get the colonoscopy, but they don't take my insurance. They don't take United Healthcare. It's not in there. It's out of network. So I've been looking all over town to find a place that'll take the colonoscopy, and I called MedStar. It's a number I called for free. Well, I guess it's not free because they asked me for my insurance, but it say on there free colonoscopy. I'll put the link to that in the description for those that need to get your colonoscopy. But I'm trying to get. But my problem is that I don't have family member or a relative or neighbor or church person or anybody that'll be there with me um, um, when I get out the hospital when they do the colonoscopy. I called the lady um, at MedStar, and she was doing an intake segment. She said uh, that I would have two appointments. I would have one with the gastrologist, with the doctor, and then another one for the colonoscopy. But I would need somebody there. She said they provide transportation, but I would need somebody there when they discharge me after because they're gonna do anesthesia. They're gonna do anesthesia. So she gave me the number to um, some kind of home health care, and that didn't work. So I called the lady back, and she said she'll let me know. She said they used to have program for somebody, for people in situations like that that don't have a ride or have a companion or somebody there. But I'm saying all this is because it's back to what I'm saying with this Facebook post about being connected, and back to what I'm saying about being excommunicated and stuff. So I'm in a situation now where I don't being shunned as a Joe Witness outside my family, and my oldest son Joshua, he in Delaware, and he's still recovering from the COVID and everything, and he said that he wish he could come down here, and my husband, my daughter's father, he lives like right not far from here, but I can't rely on him. And my other son, Christian's father, Henry, he's he's not reliable. I asked him one thing for him to go with me to get my mammogram and sign that, and he shows up late. So I can't depend on him. So um, um, it goes back to that where you in a situation here. I'm 51 years old and I'm still suffering from that, being shunned and being ostracized and uh uh not having anybody for emergency situations like that. Now, it used to be a time where um when I had my kids with me and I didn't have a emergency contact for the kids, and um I didn't have a babysitter or anybody to watch the children when I got sick. And that's how CPS got involved, and they took the children. They took Malachi and Joy because I had to go in the hospital and get surgery done, and they took my children because I didn't have a babysitter backup, you know. So all of that boils down to being ostracized and being shunned as a Jehovah's Witness. And now I don't have any kids. All my children, uh, uh, they still they grown. I mean, Joshua's grown. Joy lives in Baltimore, but she's still in the foster care system. She's 19, but she's in a foster family, and she has to sneak out and act like she has to sneak and act like she's going somewhere else to even come and visit me, which is sad. You know, I have to wait till she gets older, turn 21, over 21, for her to come see me or whatever. But I'm saying all this to say, to share the testimony about then I was looking at after all that but the colonoscopy and everything, I was looking at alternatives to colonoscopy. I saw virtual colonoscopy. You know, I'm gonna look into that where it doesn't require um, sedation or anesthesia, and they do about CAT scan, and they can check and see if you have cancer or um, any polyps in your colon, and um, I'm gonna look into that. But it looks like I'm gonna have to just wait and see. Probably the next time I go to my primary care doctor, I'm supposed to go back to her in April for a shingles shot test, and I mean a shingles shot vaccine, and I'll tell her then that referral she gave me that uh, that University Hospital doesn't take United Healthcare, and I'll explain to her everything and ask, can she do an alternative instead of doing the regular colon the doing the regular colonoscopy? Explain to her what my situation is, and can they do a virtual colonoscopy or do a colon guard or some kind of blood test to see if I have some kind of DNA blood test or something else, some kind of alternative to that because of my situation. Because I don't have anybody, that'll um go with me when I get the colonoscopy. Yeah. But anyway, I thought I'd share that with y'all. You know, share that with y'all. Even when it's people. See, what gets me is elderly people. Elderly people be neglected. They put in old folks' homes and they be neglected and their families don't visit them and they be abused in old folks' homes and stuff like that, or senior citizen buildings and stuff like that. And church folk don't come visit them, don't see them, you know, you know, things like that. You know, I thought I shared that post, the Facebook post, showing that you still connected. You know, you might be abandoned, you might feel neglected or overlooked by your church home, your church family, you know, or abandoned by your neighbors, you know, or nobody call you, don't nobody check up on you, none of that, you know. Y'all, one of the trustees in our church passed February the 10th, and his funeral is this Friday, and I'm debating on where to go. And to be honest, I wasn't close to the family or his mother, but I'm pushing myself to go, you know, and I don't even know why. To be honest, because the people at that church, at United Baptist Church, treated me like crap. They treated my family, treated my kids like crap. They treated Joshua like crap, you know. And even to this day, they um, don't. They treat me like I'm unwelcome there or unappreciated. You know, unappreciated, unwelcome. Even the first lady, the former first lady of the church, left that church and moved on because the pastor was cheating on her with one of the choir members, cheated on her with Rochelle in the church and other people. And she got tired of it and divorced him and left. And I seen her video, one of her videos, one of Sister Solomon's videos, you know. And, she had a point on there, her video. I'll put a link to her video, you know. She had a point about putting yourself in situations and environments and circles where you unwanted and not appreciated and they don't even smile, you know. I'll put that link on there. But check that out. That'll bless you. Here I'm up here. I'm going through all this stuff with Joshua, learning about Joshua with the COVID, you know. I I'm up here going through with the thing with the colonoscopy thing. I got hemorrhoids and whatnot. And I'm going through pains. I don't mean to sound graphic, but I'm in pain. And that they having a funeral at March's funeral home at on North Avenue, and I would have to walk there. You know, they not having it at the church, which is walking distance. They ain't having it at United, and the guy was a trustee, at the church, and I bet you the reason why they ain't having it at United or having it close by is because I bet you he had a falling out with the pastor, falling out with Pastor Solomon, and that's why they ain't having it at the church. I don't know how many people I done heard that had a falling out with the pastor and they died and they had a funeral somewhere else. You know, you know, a lot of people that left United. They done left and they moved the hell on. You know, they moved out of there and they moved on. And me and my dumb tail, I still go there. I've been a member going there since '93, and I'm still going there. You know, and they have right now they have virtual. They have uh uh Zoom on Wednesdays, and they have virtual. They have YouTube, and they have it on Facebook and stuff like that. But you know, even with Zoom, you know when they don't want you there, and they don't even want to see your face. They don't even want you in a circle. You know, they tolerating you, and they don't want you there. It's like Sister Solomon said in her YouTube video. You know, you want to be around people that love, like she said, love and appreciate you. You know, that will encourage you and empower you and support you and will build you up. You know, you know, you know. If you gotta cut them loose and cut them off, and you're afraid to do that, it's like what happened with my daughter India. You know, with her, you know, no, I'm not putting those videos down. I'm I'm keeping those videos on my page. You know, with her doing what she did, you know, and her manipulating the situation, me letting her know that Joshua had COVID, and her manipulating that whole situation. You know, she wasn't being a bigger person by not pressing charges, even though she said that I was the bigger person by letting her back in my life, you know, allowing her in my life. You know, like Simon said, some people you gotta keep them from a distance. Even Joshua said that. He said, "Mom," he said that back when she first started connecting with us back in 2026, in 2026, in 2018, when she started all this nonsense. You know, he said, "Mom, you don't know her. You don't know. You, you know, she you know, if I was you, I would keep her at a distance." And me and my dumb butt trying to make up for lost time and acting like I owe her, you know, as a birth mom, you know. But you don't owe anything, you know. Some family members, you need to cut them off and keep them at a distance and don't have anything to do with them for your safety and for your for your recovery, for your health, and you can bond with them. But you already bonded too now, according to that Facebook post. You already connected physically for the rest of your life. You connected to them, you know. But as far as having them in your life, having them, you know, having them physically in your life and reuniting with them, you know, no, no, you don't have to do that. You know, you really don't. You know, and that goes for church church homes and pastors and church churches that abuse you. You know, and you feel like you got something to prove, or you staying in there. You know, yeah. Or that goes for babies' fathers, children, you know, or marriages, you know. I'm still legally married to Joy's father, but that don't mean just because we separated, that don't mean I gotta uh reunite with him, and I gotta have sex with him, and I gotta uh, 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 make our marriage work, and be together, and you and reunite with him, and uh you know not divorce him, or me and him gotta be together because of of you know because of of that's my daughter's father. you know I don't have to uh reunite. I don't have to make our marriage work. you know there's a whole nother story behind that, me marrying him so that they didn't take my daughter into foster care. He wind up doing that anyway. You know, he wind up, putting Joy in foster care anyway. But anyhow, um, I'm saying all this, you know, to heal somebody and to help somebody. You know, you already, you know, God will work it out. You already bonded. You already connected. God will put the right people in your life. He'll put the right circles in your life. And you're already connected. You're already connected to God the Father. And you're already connected to your ancestors and connected to people of faith, to the family of God. You know, you know, and I might be physically in a situation where I don't have somebody there for me to get the colonoscopy. But hey, look at it this way. I was able to get my mammogram, my yearly mammogram, and I got that done, you know. So where places where I couldn't um I couldn't I may not be able to get help for one thing, but I was able to get something else done, you know. And God will make a way out, I just pray that God keep me healthy and keep me safe, you know, while I'm getting all this, while I getting all this stuff, need all this stuff done for my health. But like, share, and subscribe. You still connected. You still loved. You still loved by God, and you still want it, and you still need it, and you, you still appreciate it by God. Like, share, and subscribe.